Man, you better put that 10 away, boy. I'm gonna teach you how to rush. Yo, what's the house, everybody? PK here. Today, bringing you guys a 51 gun streak with the Cuda on whatever the fuck map this is. I don't really know. I don't really care. Today, we're going to tell you guys, or I'm going to tell you guys, about a little topic I hold dear to my heart, and that's how to rush. I'm going to teach you step by step over a course of many videos. This is going to be a small series, how to rush, basically starting from the beginning. This video is going to be more geared towards the basics, so if you're a little bit more advanced or a lot more advanced, well then you might want to skip this one. Now, if you want to learn how to rush, first you have to realize what rushing really does. Really, what rushing does is just make you overall a better Call of Duty player. It hones your skills both mechanically with your aim, your gunfights, your consistency, but also with your overall game knowledge, map knowledge, and stuff like that. I would rather take a 2.5 KD rusher than a 3 KD camper any day of the week. So, how do you become a rusher? Easy. 1, admit that you need to become a rusher. Now, step 2, but really though, let's start off real quick. Now, the first one is really you have to know the maps. Now, I'm not saying you have to buy a like a strategy guide and look at all the maps and see everything and like mark it down and highlight it, although I guess that would help. But really, it just comes down to being more aware and paying more attention when you play the game. Right off the bat, you need to learn routes. I'm talking about rush routes, flank routes, any type of route really that gets you from point A to point B in different styles. Why different styles? Because you're going to need to use different routes for different reasons. Right off the bat, when the map starts, you need to hone your rush route. Now, the rush route can make or break your game. And you say, or you think like I'm exaggerating this, but I have had perfect rush routes where I start a game within the first 30 seconds, 15-0, 20-0, and it's not even joking. It's just that it gives you so much momentum and leeway into the game. You need to get these rush routes down. Now, I'm going to be making different videos on rush routes and my preferred rush routes so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But for now, learn routes. And I guess just look up either, I guess my gameplay. I usually start off in the middle, but if you ever see a gameplay from me where it starts off in the beginning, then just see what routes I'm using and then try to incorporate that into your game. Next, that kind of has to do with routes, is you need to learn the flow of every map. This sounds a little daunting, but trust me, it's pretty easy. Basically, the flow of the map is where does most of the fighting on the map take place? Where does the map force the fights, the gunfights to happen? An easy map, Aquarium, is pretty much centered towards the middle, the gift shop area directly to the right of the middle that's connected to it, and then the aquarium section to the left. These three sections are the most fought after, and it's overall where most of the flow happens. If you want to be a successful rusher, you need to be on your edge and on your toes constantly. This goes doubly so when you're in a pretty hectic flow area of the map. If you're going to be in that middle area, you have to expect people to come from your left, your right, behind you, in front of you. You have to keep, toes up, and you got to keep aware of these kind of things. Because when you're rushing, all your awareness has to be on the game. I mean, obviously, you can still talk to friends and stuff like that, but you need to be aware of your surroundings. And another thing you have to learn is head glitches and counter head glitches. Now, you might think, PK, why in the fuck would I learn a head glitch if I'm going to be rushing? Well, 1, you need to learn head glitches and counter head glitches so you know not to go there if there's a guy camping. If you so much as peek around the corner and like 3 bullets get fired off in your direction, you back the fuck up until you find a counter head glitch for that bitch. And 2, head glitches are actually extremely important for a rusher. You need to use your environment as much as possible. Everything in your surroundings you need to use. And if you notice that me and a lot of popular rushers on YouTube, I'm not very popular, but you know, me, I do it, is we use head glitches as a buffer between me and my enemies constantly. And I'll go and initiate a gunfight and then immediately go towards the head glitch area and run through the area, I guess, so I don't camp it, but I kind of use it as like a temporary 1 to 2 second cover. And I do this basically to ensure victory, because I want to decrease the amount of risk I take in every gunfight, and I want to increase the amount, or I guess the overall chance of me winning the gunfight. And to do this is to kind of stack the odds more in your favor. Another way to stack the odds in your favor is to use the rush routes and to know the flow of the map in order to flank and pick enemies off from the sides or from behind. And to do this, you have to know the spawns. Now, spawns seem a little daunting as well, but they're actually pretty easy. Now, you can either, again, look up a video on all the spawns on all the maps, which is a little tedious in my opinion, or you can just play the game and pay attention. When you die, where do you spawn? What part of the map? How often do you spawn there? If you can call in a hater, call in a hater. Look, the hater is probably one of the best tools when you're trying to learn the spawns. It'll constantly keep you updated on where people are spawning, so you can press start and see, alright, they're spawning in this corner, or when I push up they stop spawning here and start spawning here. Learn the conditions for each and every spawn, and it sounds, like I said, a little tedious, but it's actually quite simple, and once you get the hang of it, it takes most people around, I want to say, to learn the Black Ops 3 spawns took me about a week, to get them all down and dirty, I guess, committed to memory. But once you do, like I said, when somebody just spawns, their hand's not going to be on the controller. They're not going to be ready because they just spawned. They expect the area to be safe. So if you, let's say, take, again, I'm using the aquarium as an example because I just played on that map. The left, I guess the most, or outer left side of the map that connects to the aquarium, I guess, that part, if you use that flank route and go all the way around, you're going to catch like 2 to 3 people who just spawned, and you can shoot them in the back where there's almost no risk to you, or in the side where there's little to no risk of them turning and killing you because you have the upper hand. They don't even know that the gunfight is going on. When you put yourself in these advantageous positions, that's when you start becoming a successful rusher, because it's a very high risk, high reward playstyle. But that doesn't mean that we constantly just run around like a chicken with our head cut off. We're trying to find ways to minimize the risks. And if you see, again, in every popular rushers games, they constantly hit people from the side, from behind, or in these unfair areas and spots where you kind of wouldn't expect them. Now, another thing that you need to learn, one of the basics, is reload canceling. And if you're very, very new to Call of Duty, reload canceling, basically when you reload your weapon, there's 2 phases. There is the actual reload, and then there is the animation reload. The animation reload is if you shoot and reload, it'll be, let's say, 2 seconds on the AK-47 in order to actually reload your weapon. He'll cock the thing back, put the bullet in the chamber, and be ready to shoot. Now, what you need to do is pay close attention, because when you reload, the game registers the bullets as being in the gun sometimes before the clip is even fully in the gun. So like a second and, let's say, 1.2 seconds in, the game has already registered that there's ammo in the gun, so you can cancel that reload by double tapping triangle or Y and cutting the animation completely. If you get used to this, if you get good at this, and I would suggest practicing in a game, go into a private match, just shoot, reload, try to cancel it, try to find the sweet spot to the fastest you can cancel it, and try to predict it so that you can cancel it almost immediately. If you can do this 10 times in a row, start to try out different weapons that maybe you like to use, other weapons that are more popular like the ICR, the Man of War, until you know the reload cancel animation for every single weapon. And once you get this down, you'll find that your play improves a lot. If you're in a sticky situation and you need to reload quickly, you can do that, shave a full second off your reload, which sounds a little insignificant, but when you're rushing, every second matters, because every second there's an opportunity for somebody to pop up and kill you. You need to take advantage of this, and I highly recommend getting your reload canceled down. Now, this also helps when, let's say, you have 8 bullets left in the clip, you're reloading, somebody catches you with your pants down, quick, cancel your reload, shoot them in the back, or just shoot them in the front. So, one of the other things that you need is overall awareness. You need to pay more attention to your map. If you don't look at your map every, I want to say 10 seconds at least, you need to start doing that. Every 10 seconds, look at the map. Look, even if there's no UAV. You need to see the position that you are in, you need to see the positions where your teammates are, and you need to guess the positions of where your enemies are. Basically, the rule of thumb is wherever your teammates are, that's where the enemy isn't. If you're away from your teammates, and they're on the other side of the mini-map, then you know that you're going to be around enemies and you need to keep your guard up because you're in their spawn. So any wrong mistake and you're going to die. You're in their spawn, and that's kind of what you want to do as a rusher because you're trying to disrupt and make as much chaos for the enemy team as possible. Once you get this awareness down, it's pretty simple to start messing with their minds. And I guess another thing you need is confidence. I know this sounds like when you look up tips to ask out that cute chick in your English class, but like really though, you have to go into every game thinking that you're the baddest motherfucker in the land. Personally, that's what I do. If you look at some of the shit I get away with in this game, like I'll jump into a 1v4 situation, kill everybody, and it's like, damn, I'm so fucking good at this game. You need to have that same type of confidence. Why? Because it just kind of bleeds out through your gameplay, and eventually you'll be doing shit that you kind of didn't think you could do, or you'll fail and you'll go, damn, I need to get better so I can do that next time. So that's kind of the basics video. I'm sorry if this wasn't too helpful. I will be making a more moderate level and then advanced tier level video, so hopefully you guys can pick up a little more on that. But this is part 1. This is the basics. So if you're just starting out Call of Duty, this is your first one, or maybe you're just getting serious on how to get good on Call of Duty, well then I'm glad that you watched this video in its entirety. And this has been PK. Have a good day, guys. Peace.